That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Beep, beep. Is that my bestie in a tessie? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she ready. Bitch, you look good with a T at the end. I'm a hyper every time, not my motherfucking friend. She been down since the jellies and the bobos. Now me stepping out the Jeep and my nut-lows. When we pull up to the scene, they be filled with jealousy. If a bitch get finicky, she gon' bring the energy. I hit a phone with a T like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck on us. I just ass sitting up, you could look, don't touch. And I'm back bustin' bands every time we link up.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in.
That my best friend. If you need a freak, I ain't dumb but motherfucker, she my Tweedledee. If she ride for me, she don't need a key. If you sideways, she straighten you if need to be. And she so bad that I just can't take that bitch nowhere. She off her fish, I said, don't go there. Bitch, break her back, she protect and attack. Get that strap, let them buckle, foot on neck, give no air. Whole world wanna be us. Then my main bitch, she my day one. On my way, bitch, let you get drunk to celebrate. Cause we the baddest in the club, that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in hot. Best friend, you the baddest and you know it. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friends and you motherfucking glowing. Best friends and your wrist is like it's frozen. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Fuck it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friend, you my motherfucking soulmate.
Only the best.
From the glass, but did you play your favorite song? Kanye's on, now you're beckoning for me to dance. Pulling me close. Just close your eyes, girl. Smile telling me we gotta go. Won't you take me home? I wanna ride it. You wanna know, ride it. Just lose control, ride it. Touch my soul, ride it. Let me feel you, ride it. Till the lights down low, ride it. From head to toe, ride it. Touch my soul, ride it. Let me feel you, ride it. Till the lights down low, ride it. From head to toe, ride it.
lips, light as a feather. And it went just like this. No, it's never been better than the summer of 2002. We were only 11, but acting like grown-ups, like we are in the present. Drinking from
good morning.
Well, I guess that was true. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods of an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got 99 problems singing bye, bye, bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing off the top of both our lungs. Now we're under the covers. Fast forward to 18, we are more than lovers. Yeah, we are all we need when we're holding each other. I'm taken back to 2002. Yeah, dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods of an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got 99 problems singing bye, bye, bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing off the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. On the day we fell in love. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods of an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. Oh, now, whoops, I got 99 problems singing bye, bye, bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. 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 Love, love.
Only the best.
A broken heart is all that's left. I'm still fixing all the cracks. Lost a couple of pieces when I carried it home. I've spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town boy in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. All I know, loving you is a losing game. How many pennies in the slot? Giving us up didn't take a lot. I saw the end for it be gone. Still I carried on. I spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town boy in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. All I know, loving you is a losing game. All I know, loving you is a losing game.
therapist say everything's gonna be alright, everything's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be a good, good life. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new. I'm obsessed, I'm embarrassed, I don't trust no one around us. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new. Nobody shows up unless I'm paying. Have a drink on me, cheers to the feeling. Oh, he don't love me, he don't love me, he don't love me, he don't love me, but that's okay. 'Cause I love me, I love me, I love me, I love myself anyway. Hey, everything's gonna be alright, everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a good, good life. That's what my therapist say. Everything's gonna be alright, everything's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be a good, good life. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new. I'm obsessed, I'm embarrassed, I don't trust no one around us. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new.
Everything's gonna be
Alright, alright.
everything's gonna be just fine,
Just fine. It's gonna be a good, good life. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new. I'm obsessed, I'm embarrassed, I don't trust no one around us. I'm a mess for your love, it ain't new.
Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Happy Tuesday. We'll start the show in just a few minutes. I heard from our good buddy Rodge last night, and he said he wants to come on the show today. He has a rare Tuesday off. He usually works during the week, but he's got a rare Tuesday off. Said he wants to come on the show, so I put the link in the description. So Rodge, if you're listening, the StreamYard link's in the description, buddy. And we'll start the show in about 5 minutes.
Now he got me all like, I hate waking up alone. Call me when you're heading home. I got things I need to say that I can't say to you over the telephone. 4, 5 glasses all alone. Boys and girls just come and go. I haven't seen you for a minute. I don't like it not at all. One thing that I know is as hard as I try, I can't face the thought of you not being in my life. Regardless of the tears I cry for you today, regardless of the words you think but never say, you're always in my mind somehow, whether we're up or down. Regardless. Oh, no, this house is not a home when I'm sleeping all alone. I'm used to having I'm a hold, then I can touch you through the phone. Even when you drink me cold, I still got your t-shirt on. Haven't seen you for a minute, no. I don't like it not at all. One thing that I know is as hard as I try.
And for those of you who are who hung out on the Patreon stream on what was that, Sunday, when Uncle Lou took yet another beating, and I said the whole Pay Lou movement is over. I was just kidding. Pay Lou is back with a vengeance. 2-0 yesterday. 2-0 yesterday. Pay Lou. I had a bit of a mental breakdown on the Patreon stream. Maybe I'll play some of that this morning from the Patreon stream, but yeah, I had a bit of a mental breakdown on the Patreon stream Sunday night during the I don't remember what game that was. What game was that? I can't remember which game it was. Not the Cowboys and Packers. That one came on first, I believe. What was the second game? What was the second game on Sunday night? God damn it. Shit. Anyway, I had a bit of a mental breakdown. I swore off gambling forever.
Only the best.
But then the next day, Monday, I came to my senses, and I went 2-0 yesterday. So it's Payloo. Yeah, Rams versus Lions. Thank you. Yeah, Rams versus Lions. Yeah, I had a bit of a mental breakdown during the Rams versus Lions game. Yeah, and Home Slice, where are you at? You owe me money.
Wasn't right here. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right upside down. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you.
I found the right Slob Olympics picture this time. Last night, I put the wrong one up, and then I couldn't find the right one. I found it this morning.
Wouldn't do. That's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Only the best.
Memories follow me left and right. I can feel you over here, I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Ever since the day you went away, no, I don't know how to erase your body from out.
Yeah, good morning. Happy Tuesday and welcome to the morning shoe. Hope everybody's week has gotten off to a good start. Mine did. Payloo. Payloo, 2-0. I hit the Bills -9 on the first game. I had to sweat that thing down at the end, too. The Bills were up by 14. They drove down the field towards the end of the game. and they missed a field goal, which wasn't a big deal in terms of winning the game. They were up 14, but they missed it, and that gave the Dolphins, not the Dolphins, the Steelers, that gave the Steelers the ball back, and I was like, just my luck. The Steelers are going to come down here, score a garbage touchdown, and cut the lead to 7, and I'm going to lose the bet. But anyway, it didn't happen. Clock ran out on the Steelers, and Buffalo ends up winning by 14. So it was hashtag Paylou on that with the Bills -9. And then in the second game, I kept going back and forth on the Eagles and the Bucks. Didn't know which way to go. So I decided to do something. I don't think I've ever done this before. I might start doing it more, though. I didn't bet the game, or I didn't bet the winner of the game. I didn't even bet the point total. I didn't even bet the over-under. I bet a player prop. A.J. Brown has been the Eagles' leading wide receiver this year. He's out. He was hurt, injured, not playing. Their number 2 is Devontae Smith, who's also had a pretty good year. So I took Devontae Smith over 66 receiving yards, and he had over that in the first half. So I cashed that, no problem. So 2-0 yesterday. So the Paylou movement is back and better than ever, stronger than ever, and there's no stopping us now. We're marching forward from here. The Paylou movement is back in full swing. The bookie better cut me off because I'm liable to put him out of business. I am on absolute fire. 2-0 yesterday, and more bad news for the bookie. There's no football until next weekend. That leaves me no choice but to go back to betting the NBA over the next couple of days, where I have just absolutely been cleaning it up betting the NBA. No, I don't watch basketball. No, I can't name 2 players on any team in the league. I haven't watched a basketball game since Michael Jordan quit in the 90s. But for whatever reason, whether it's dumb luck, karma, or whatever else it might be, I am an absolute beast. An absolute beast when it comes to betting these NBA games. And I am fixing to take the bookie to the cleaners this week. I'm 2-0. The bookie I use resets every Monday morning. So all those beatings I took over the weekend, that's over and done with. Paid him off Monday morning. Monday morning, we started anew. And for the new week, which ends next Monday morning, I'm up. I'm up. Now, maybe some normal human beings would look at that and go, you're up good right now. Why don't you just take the rest of the week off from betting? And next Monday, he has to send you your money. Yeah, would that make sense? Yes. Yes. But I don't have the ability to do that. So I'm going to be betting. I'm going to be betting basketball games during the week. I'm going to run it up. Is there a possibility that this weekend comes around and I'm way up on the bookie and I give it all away betting the playoff games like I did this past week? Yeah. Yeah, that possibility exists. Yeah, I have to admit that possibility does exist. But I'm on absolute fire right now, and there's no slowing me down. There's no slowing me down. I'm going to Vegas next week, and I'm just going to keep the good times rolling. I'm an absolute beast. Great Lunch Money show last night. If you didn't get a chance to listen into the Lunch Money show last night over on the main channel with me and Pete, find some time today to go back and listen to it. We talked a lot about the Slob Olympics coming up in 6 weeks. I'll be here before we. It's literally right around the corner. We talked a lot about the Slob Olympics. We've got a list of events here that look really, really good. Nothing, I guess, finalized yet. There won't be a Lunch Money show next Monday because me and Pete will both be in Vegas. But the Monday after that, we'll probably finalize this event list. But we've got some amazing events lined up for this year's Slob Olympics, which, of course, takes place in Panama City Beach March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So just about 6 weeks away. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Slob Olympics themselves is on Saturday, March 2nd at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. On the beach, right in front of the Days Inn, which is also on the beach. So it's easy to find. Go to the Days Inn. Go to the beach. Look for a bunch of idiots running around in costumes, doing push-ups and whatnot. That's what you're looking for. That's the Slob Olympics. That'll be Saturday. Some of us are going down Wednesday and staying 5 days. Some are going Thursday. Some just come for the day on Saturday. You know, if you live close by, you know, if you live within a couple hours, come hang out on Saturday. You know, even if you don't want to stay the weekend or can't stay the weekend or whatever the case. If you live within a couple hours of Panama City Beach, whether you live, you know, somewhere in Florida, somewhere in Bama, whatever it is, Southwest Georgia, come hang out with us. We're going to have a really good time. Really good time. And we kind of just spitballed like a list of competitors. And this list is long. It's longer than, I guess this happens every year, but it just ends up being more than I thought. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I got 33 names on this list of people who say they are competing in the Slob Olympics. And based off of past experience, I can tell you if there's 33 people competing, there's going to be over 100 people there. A lot of the people on this list bring 3, 4, 5 people with them. So, you know, you got people that bring their kids, their parents, their grandparents, their neighbors, their mailman, you name it. It really is the go-to event. It sort of marks the beginning of spring every year. The Slob Olympics has become a national treasure. I don't know any other way to describe it, really. I'm trying to stay humble about it, but when something is this great, it's hard to talk about it and sound humble at the same time. The Slob Olympics is probably the greatest event that's ever been put together in human history. I really don't think there's any argument about that fact. The little bit of bad news, I guess, well, I don't know if it's disappointing news, at least to me. Our buddy Rodge, who will be joining us this morning in a little bit, is unable to attend this year, and that does hurt my feelings. He's been every year. He was at the first one in Atlanta. He was at Pigeon Forge in the ice storm 2 years ago, snowstorm 2 years ago for the second Slob Olympics. He was at the Slob Olympics last year, which technically was held in Isle of Palms. For Rodge, it was held at Coconut Joe's. I think Rodge went to eat at Coconut Joe's 6 times in 4 days. But unfortunately, he's not able to come this year. And that is disappointing. He's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to hang out with, to be around. So we'll miss Rodge this year, but looking forward to seeing everybody that is coming. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. It really is. Pigskin Pete, of course, will be there. I'm just looking through the comment section. Hoghead will be there. Don't know about P. Digits. He came to the softball game. You come to the Slob Olympics? I don't know. Nick DTV will be there. Let's see. K-Star ain't got no interest in it. Hard to type on a keyboard in person, so I don't think K-Star will be there. Sir UGA will be there. I'm just going back through the comments to see who all was in here this morning that might be coming. Battle Angel, of course, will be there. Matt Dummett will be there. Nature Boy will be there. I can just read off my list here. Here's the list we came up with last night of people that we that are competing this year. Millis Vanillis, Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, Nate the Great, Deacon MMA, D4, Hufferbilly Paul, Matt Dummett, Neo, Traveling Fools, Ballard Sports Media, BVD, Law Tide, Friction Vixen, Traction Jackson, Mrs. Pete, Battle Angel, LW, TK, Celine Driver, Twisted Rooster, Nick DTV, Jay Shipes, Slim Shady Canes, VicTube, Colby, Nature Boy, Hoghead, Rec Talk, Sea Dog, Big Dog Brett, and Goose Sports. There's probably a couple of names we missed, but that was off the top of our head last night, kind of just spitballing. But this might be the all-time greatest list of slobs that have ever gathered in one place. You should come, K-Star. I don't know where you live. I'm assuming you live somewhere in Alabama, but maybe you don't. But you should come. It is a lot of fun. It's not 3 days of people shit-talking each other like it is on the internet. I mean, people get together and talk football, but it's not. I mean, we have a really good time. Yeah, I got you on the list, Millis. The first event is a special attraction we're setting up just for this year, Millis, but it's you versus TK in a mud pit. You have to wear just a diaper and that leather football helmet that you have, and TK is wearing an I Dream of Jeannie costume. And it's going to be a best 2 out of 3 pinfalls match. Hoghead said he's not competing, but he is. I'm getting a little aggravated with people trying to say they're not competing. Yes, you are. You're a fucking slob, dude. Get with the program. What? You don't know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Stop it. Just stop. Not competing. Tennessee quit competing 20 years ago. Now, what are you, following in their footsteps? Do better. Do better than that. Yeah. We talked yesterday morning on the morning show about our Vegas trip next week, and we talked about maybe getting a limo for our ride from the Flamingo down to Fremont Street on Wednesday night. We're going downtown Vegas Wednesday night to hang out. And we talked about maybe getting a limo to carry us down there. I can confirm we did go ahead and do that. I can confirm at this time, I've been cleared to release this information, that we did go ahead and order a limo for Peaky Blinders Vegas night, Wednesday night next week. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll only be the second time I've been in a limousine. Well, third, but 2 were in the same day. I was in a limo twice when I got married, from the church to the reception and from the reception to the hotel. But anyway, that'll be fun. And look, we deserve to be chauffeured around. Let's just call it like it is. We deserve to be chauffeured around. Octavian, are you coming to the Slob Olympics, buddy? There was a lot of people last night that really want you to come, including your buddy Uncle Lou. All right. March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. March 2nd is a Saturday, Octavian. That's when we're doing the Slob Olympics Saturday at 10 in the morning, March 2nd. So I don't know when you're coming or how long you're planning on coming or if it's just for the day or what it is, but March 2nd is the day you need to be there, 10 a.m. Yep, Panama City Beach, right in front of the Days Inn, right? We're doing it on the beach, right in front of the Days Inn. There's a Days Inn in Panama City that's on the beach. It's literally called Days Inn Beachfront. And we're doing the Slob Olympics on the beach right in front of that Days Inn. Saturday, March 2nd, 10 a.m. Trust me, you'll have no problem finding us. We all dress up in costume. Well, we don't all, but most of the people who participate in the Slob Olympics dress up in costume. You get bonus points for dressing up in a costume. So most people, we didn't talk about that last night. We didn't talk about any of the bonuses. Try to remind us of that, chat or Pete, next, well, not next Monday, 2 Mondays from now when we get back to the Lunch Money Show. Because I think we're not doing the fat index this time like we did last time. We're not doing that this time. I'll still bring the scale and we'll weigh in just because that's fun to do. There's no bonus points for weighing in. It's just fun to see how fat everybody is. But we're not going to do the BMI measurement like we did last year. That just took too long. But we will do the bonus points for costumes again. You'll get some amount of points just for dressing up in a costume, and then everyone will vote on the best costume, and whoever has the best costume will get bonus points on top of that. You're wearing your Gators shirt, so you're dressing up like a loser? I got you. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Actually, to me. Yep. Yeah. So, yep. Yeah. So, yeah. How does one register for the games? Let me or Pete know that you're coming and that you're participating. That's all you have to do. There's no formal process. There's no paperwork to fill out. There's no forms to sign. Now, this is completely voluntary. There's no liability on the part of me or Pete or anyone else there. In other words, if you hurt yourself, that's on you. So, and if you hurt someone else, that's on them. Florida's back. Yeah, I keep hearing about that. How about, is Alabama back? They hired an assistant coach at South Alabama to run their defense. I guess Alabama's back now. They hired an assistant at South Alabama that no one's ever heard of to run their defense, and they're running around the internet bragging about it because he used to be the defensive coordinator at Indiana. Probably another guy that doesn't know how to recruit. Is there any recruiters on that staff at all? Bama's down bad. They lost T-Rob to Georgia. They might lose Caleb Downs. I don't know if he'll go to Georgia, but Caleb Downs is looking at Texas, Ohio State, and Georgia. That would be a big blow if they lost him because he's got 2 years of eligibility. Well, he's got 3 years of eligibility left, but he has to play for at least 2 more years. And he's really good. Whether he stays at Bama or goes somewhere else, no one should change their opinion on whether or not Caleb Downs is good based on the decision he makes. Caleb Downs is really, really good. Having South Alabama as a top 15 defense is really good. Yeah, I mean, is it really good to give up 37 points to Tulane? What about 34 points to Central Michigan? Is that really good? What about giving up 31 points to James Madison? Is that really good? What about giving up 33 points to the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns? Is that good? What about giving up 52 points to Texas State? Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on the top 15 defense deal here. There's no way. There's no way they're giving up this amount of points and they have a top 15 defense. You must have found some random stat somewhere that had them top 15 and some irrelevant stat. You don't give up 30 or more points half your games and have a top 10, 15 defense. That's just fake news. I don't know what kind of Bama board you read some made-up stat on. Probably the same board that says Bama has 18 natties. Bama will be the SEC fleshlight next year. Oh, no. I hope that's not true because the Gumps aren't going to handle that well at all. At all. Yeah, Bama's back. Look, they got the defensive coordinator that gave up 52 points to Texas State, 33 points to the Ragin' Cajuns, 31 points to James Madison, 34 points to Central Michigan, 37 points to Tulane. That's more. They gave up more points to Tulane than Southern Cal did, didn't they? Wow. Yeah. I guess they're winning their 19th natty next year. Luke and Pastor Dave borrow your Pope outfit for the Slobs. Of course. Pastor Dave can borrow whatever he wants from me. I love Pastor Dave. Is Bama the new Southern Cal? Might be the new LSU. Well, no. LSU had a good quarterback. Never mind. So did Southern Cal. So, no, they're not the new Southern Cal. Southern Cal and LSU had good quarterbacks last year. Bama doesn't have that. Bama doesn't have that. Anybody want to take a guess where Bama's going to finish in recruiting for 2025? Will it be top 5? K-Stark, will it be top 5? I mean, it's been top 2 every year for, 17 years in a row? 17 years in a row, Bama's had a top 2 recruiting class. Most of the years they've had the number 1 recruiting class. Where will it be next year? It ain't Lank, it's Stank. They done changed it to Stank. Ryan Williams took a surprise visit to T-Town last night. Yeah. High schooler. That'll help a lot this year. He'll start anywhere in the country. Don't be fooled. I don't know about that. Not that easy to break out as a wide receiver as a true freshman. I mean, let's not act like he's Jeremiah Smith. When he was committed to Auburn, you were on here saying he's not very good. We'll see. I don't think Bama's falling off the map and going 6-6, but they're taking a step back from where they've been under Nick Saban. There's just no way around it. He's immature and plays a lot of games. Yeah, sounds like he's ready to start day 1 then, like you said. The more immature, the better, I guess. Am I going to be surprised if Bama loses 2 games? No, I won't be surprised if anybody in the SEC loses 2 games next year, including Georgia. Bama has the roster to win the Natty this year, even with DeBoer. Bama's had the roster to win the Natty every single year for the last 14 years. They've had the best roster in the country every year for 14 years in a row. Yet somehow they only have one natty in the last 6 years. Nick Saban sticking around the program's a terrible idea. Now, I think it's a good idea for him to stick around for the first couple of months to try to, especially to try to keep the roster together, to try to keep people from transferring, whatever the case. But as far as him just being like an extra shadow hovering over Kalen DeBoer's every move, I think that's a terrible idea. My point is, you think they're going to fall off immediately? Yes, I do. I mean, didn't you just lose the best coach in football and the greatest coach of all time? You don't think there's going to be any fall off from that? Okay. All right. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. No fall off at all. Okay. Good luck. Okay. So you're going 11-1. All right. And making the play and all right. Top 4, top 5 team. Okay. Okie dokie. So people were right. All Saban is good for is recruiting this whole time. That's what you're saying? People were right. Saban's just a recruiter. His coaching means nothing. That's what you're saying. I think that's a potato take, my friend. I think that is a potato take, my friend. Oh, Brandon Pratt, don't tell them DeBoer wasn't their first choice. They get real mad when you tell them that. So, I mean, super fucking mad. DeBoer's not going to succeed at Bama. And it's not because he's not a good coach. It's because the fans are delusional. He is not gonna live up to Nick Saban, and the fans are just gonna go nuts. They're gonna go 10-2 or 9-3, and the fans are gonna be burning pictures of him in the street. He'll lose at home to Georgia or to Auburn on the road or something. He'll lose some game somewhere, and the fans will be everywhere saying he needs to be fired and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's in over his head and he's a Pac-12 guy. And like the expectations that Bama fans have on him, he's just doomed to fail from the beginning. I don't know. Wisconsin's probably Bama's 6th or 7th toughest game. Wisconsin will not beat us, says Cody. Well, you haven't thought anybody's going to beat you in 15 years, so. Is the T-Rob hire a good one? Yeah. Of course it is. Bama and Auburn struggles with Big Ten teams for some reason. Oh, no. Bama does have a losing streak to the Big Ten, don't they? Boy, that's, you want to talk about being down bad? Imagine having a losing streak to the Big Ten. God almighty. Oh, boy. Yeah, Reams is right. Bama fans will be way too quick to want to fire DeBoer because instead of going 12-0 and 11-1 every year, he's going to be going 10-2 and 9-3. And Auburn will beat them a couple of times, and I'm serious. They're going to be burning DeBoer's picture in the street and throwing eggs at his house and shit like that for no reason. And that's why Bama didn't get their first 4 or 5 choices. Those people didn't want to come into that. Sarkisian didn't want to walk into that shadow. Norvell didn't want to walk into that shadow. Lane Kiffin didn't even want to walk into that shadow. And Lane Kiffin would literally walk into a wall. He's that dumb. Dan Lanning. These people didn't want to walk into that shadow because they know that anything short of 16-0 and a national title, and the fans are going to be rioting in the streets, demanding that somebody be fired, this person be benched, that coordinator be gone. What's up, Caleb? Are you going to be surprised if Bama's not in the top 4 in the preseason? No. They might be, but I won't be surprised if they're not. I mean, your top teams heading into next season in terms of top 25 rankings, in no particular order, it's going to be teams like Georgia, Texas, Bama, Ohio State. I think Michigan, maybe. You know what? Michigan and Bama are sort of in the same spot. I think they're borderline top 4. With Michigan, it's because of the players they're losing. With Bama, it's losing Nick Saban and keeping Mildew. I think they'll be borderline. Those teams are going to be in the top 10. They're too talented not to be. But some of those other teams, I think, might be ranked a little higher. And the preseason rankings don't matter, but that's the question you asked. I'm not saying that means Bama can't finish in the top 4 or Michigan can't finish in the top 4. We're talking about people's outlook of teams heading into next year. I think Georgia, Texas, Oregon, Ohio State. That's probably going to be most people's top 4. In whatever order. I'm not saying that's the order. I'm just naming the teams in random order. But I would assume I'm getting ready to make my way to early top 25, and those will. I'll do some more research, but off the top of my head, those will probably be my top 4 teams in some particular order. Texas, Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State. Besides Marvin Harrison and a quarterback that wasn't any good, Ohio State, there was a lot of juniors on Ohio State who could have gone pro, and they're all coming back. A lot of them. A lot of them. If quarterback works out at Ohio State, and they brought in a new one. Well, was it Will Howard? If quarterback works out at Ohio State, they're going to be a dangerous team. Now they got to play on the road at Oregon, and right now I'd take Oregon in that game. Oregon got a better quarterback than Ohio State did, in my opinion. Oregon went and got Dylan Gabriel. Ohio State got Will Howard. I like Dylan Gabriel there at home. Dan Lanning defense. That's going to be a great game. A great game. Oregon hosting Ohio State. I don't know when that is. I haven't looked at schedules. I know they play because I've heard a lot of people mention it. That's going to be a great game. Do Michigan and Washington play? See, I didn't even know that. Where's that game at? I haven't looked ahead to any schedules yet. I'm going to take 2 or 3 weeks probably coming up. I might wait till after signing day to do it. We'll see. Signing, there's another signing day. 2 weeks away? 2.5 weeks away? Might wait till after that. But I'm going to do a whole series of schedule videos, not predictions, just looking at team schedule, because schedules have changed so much in really every conference. Every conference is adding teams this year. You know, all four. The ACC, the SEC, the Big 12, and the Big 10 are all adding teams this year. And none of those conferences are going to have divisions, right? So the schedules that we're all kind of used to over the last 10 to 15 years, that's out the window. Like Penn State, I don't think Penn State plays Ohio State and Michigan this year. Like, how great is that for Penn State? You know? I think they only play one of them. I could be wrong, because I'm going off just of what I've heard people say. I have not really sat down and looked at the schedules yet, but anyway, I'm going to do a whole series of videos looking at these schedules, because it's not, well, first of all, predicting a team's record is never just about how good you think a team is going to be, right? It's that plus who are they playing, when are they playing them, where are they playing them at? Like, it's that too, right? Like, you might think, I'm just going to make an example off the top of my head. You might think Tennessee is going to be better next year than Missouri, Ole Miss, and let's even say Oklahoma, okay? But what if they had to play all three of those teams in a row and two of them were on the right? I say they're going to lose one of them, most likely, right? So it's not just how good you necessarily think a team is, or just off the top of your head thinking team A is better than team B. The schedule has a lot to do with it. A lot to do with it. I mean, especially for those of us whose teams are in the SEC, especially, we can't run around the internet for 15 years talking about how tough the SEC is and then pretend it doesn't matter who we play within the SEC or where we play them or if we get 2 or 3, tough games in a row. We can't act like none of that matters after we run around for 15 years trying to tell everybody else how tough the SEC is. Like, you can't do that. You have to admit, yeah, you might, Georgia's a good team. They could lose at Texas. Georgia's a good team. They could lose at Alabama. Georgia's a good team. They could lose at Ole Miss. Now, here's the good news, not just for Georgia, but for everybody else. You don't have to win all those games anymore. I mean, really, if you're Georgia, you just got to win one of them. Really. A 10-2 Georgia's getting in. Now, I don't want Georgia to go 10-2. I'd like to see Georgia compete and win the SEC and get a bye and all that kind of crap. But, like, if you're 10-2 in the SEC, you're probably getting in, If you're 9-3, you're going to be borderline. That's going to be the argument now, right? You're going to have a couple of 9-3 teams in the SEC at the end of the year, and you're going to have a couple of 9-3 teams in the Big Ten at the end of the year. Do any of those 9-3 teams get in? Is one of those 9-3 teams like the 13th team that gets left out? And there's going to be, the idea that, well, we're going to 12 teams, we don't have to argue over the playoffs anymore. There's still going to be plenty of arguing over the playoffs, I promise you, because you're going to have 7 or 8 teams total. Between the SEC and the Big Ten, you're going to have 7 or 8 teams that think they should be in the playoffs. 7 or 8 teams ain't getting in from those two conferences. Maybe 6. Maybe 6 will get in total. Maybe, say, 3 from the SEC, 3 from the Big Ten. But you're going to have that 4th team in the SEC or that 4th team in the Big Ten at let's say, 9-3, that's going to be going, well, why is Tulane getting in? Why is this team? We're better than this thing. We're still going to have that. We're still going to have that. Now, maybe it matters less, right? Because there's been a lot of years where a 5th or a 6th place team maybe could have won it. I don't know if you can make the case that a 13th or a 14th ranked team actually could win it. Oh man, if they got in, they could win it. I don't know. We'll see. It'll depend, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure. I see only one guaranteed win for Florida. They're going to win more than one game. I don't know. My early guess right now, Florida's looking at 4 or 5 wins. 4 and 8, or if they pull an upset or 2, 5 and 7. They have what in college basketball? No 64th ranked team has ever won the NCAA tournament. What's the lowest seed to ever win? Basketball, yeah. And comparing the NCAA tournament at 64 teams to a 12-team college playoff is ridiculous. I mean, in basketball, you can be a low-level school that's typically not very good or whatever and have one dominant player, and that one player alone would give you the ability to compete with almost anybody in the country. That's not the case in college football. You can be the best quarterback on the planet. If you've got a team full of receivers that can't catch the ball, it's not going to matter. Football is much more of a team sport, which is why recruiting is so important. And stacking years on top of each other with recruiting is so important. Football is the ultimate team sport. Oh, yeah, you're right, Smoke. Yeah, there's always that there's always that first team out. Yeah. And they're always going to think they should have been in, whether it's a 12-team football playoff or a 64-team NCAA, it doesn't matter. 8 seed Villanova is the lowest seed to win, just checked. So if you kind of compare that to football, the NCAA tournament is seeded 1 through 16. Now there's 4 different brackets, but it's seeded 1 through 16. 8 is the halfway point. That would be the equivalent of a 6 seed winning the college football playoff. And I'm going to tell you right now, no matter how mad it makes you, a 6 seed could have possibly, I'm not saying they would have, but there was a 6 seed this year. It just ended, who could have won it. Not that they would have, but they were good enough to. So I could see a 6 seed winning it. If Georgia was a 6 seed this year. And there's lots of people who right now think they were the best team in the country last year. Now that doesn't matter. They lost the game they had to win, and they didn't deserve to be in. But I could see a 5 or a 6 seed winning it for sure at some point down the road. Now, there's been a lot of years where like the first place team or maybe the top 2 teams were just like clearly way better than everyone else. But there's also been some years like this year where you had probably 4, 5, 6 teams where almost any of them could have won it.
Maybe I wasn't 100.
Hush. Dummy. "2023 Eagles downfall needs to be studied." Yeah, I mean, I don't watch the NFL, but I do watch the playoff game. So I heard him say 100 times during that Eagles game last night. Yeah, the Eagles started 10-1 and then lost 5 of their last 6 games or whatever it was. Yeah, started 10-1 and then lost a wild card game. Yeah, they fell off. I don't know enough about the NFL to even pretend to know the reasons. I don't know if they had a bunch of players get hurt. I don't know if they just got sorry for no reason 3/4 of the way through the season. I don't know. I don't know if that was a product of the scheduling. Maybe they caught a bunch of not so good teams the first couple of months of the season and the schedule was backloaded. I've got no idea. But it's an Ole Miss. Ole Miss was what was Ole Miss 7-0 or 6-0 and finished 7-5 2 years ago, a couple of years ago. Remember that? They started 6-0 or 7-0, whatever it was, and finished 7-5. That's basically what the Eagles did. I saw the tush push get defended last night. The Eagles tried it from the 1 yard on a 4th and 1 and didn't get it. It was some point during the first half because it was before the Lunch Money Show started. But it was 4th and 1 and they tried that and it didn't work. Jason Kelsey retired? I didn't know that. I didn't know they stopped it twice. I only saw the one. But yeah, just announced Jason Kelsey retired. Wow. Is he a center? Is he a center? Or I know his brother's a tight end, but is he a center? I think he's a center. What's up, buddy?
What's going on there, dog?
How you been?
Same old shit, different day. How about y'all?
Yeah, hanging in there. We're disappointed you can't come to the Slobs, man.
Yeah, I know, man, but I got shit to take care of. You know how it goes.
I know. Won't be the same without you, though. You've been at every one.
Yeah, I know. So, plus I can't take the time off anyways. I tried to get it off, and there was just no way around it. I mean, I could take the time off. It's just, I don't know, trying to move around shit, get shit moved here, and move shit here, and, you know.
Yeah. How's the kids?
My kids.
Kids
Oh,
good?
they're good. Everything's going good. I just dropped Ethan off at school, and I went to the Waffle House and got me some breakfast. I come home and got my belly full. I'm sitting here in the chair now. I'm fucking.
What was Ethan's Christmas list this year? What was it he wanted?
He basically just wanted video games and money.
Yeah, that's how my kids are getting now too. They don't every present. They want every present to come in an envelope. they don't,
Yeah, I guess about a month before Christmas started, he asked me. He said, "Dad, can I talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, son." He said, "Well, I kind of figured what I wanted for Christmas," and I said, "Okay." And he said, "Just take me to Lobby Hobby, or what is that fucking store? Hobby
Hobby Lobby.
What's that fuck?
Hobby
Yeah,
Lobby.
whatever. Anyways, he said, "Just take me to this store and take me to this store." And I said, "That's it?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "So what do you want to get?" He said, "I'll show you when I get there." So we get to these stores he wants to go to, and I just tell him to go get what he wanted, and he ended up getting about $500 worth of stuff. And I said, "That's it?" And he goes, "Yep, that's all I wanted." I said, "Okay." And then, of course, he's got all my old gaming stuff.
Yeah.
So he wanted some new Guitar Hero guitars for like Rock Band and stuff. So I ended up going to Pendergrass Flea Market and getting 2 of those for him. And that's all he got.
Yeah.
So, I mean, easy peasy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the easiest Christmas I've ever had. He's getting to the point to where now he's got a girlfriend. He's got his boys now he hangs out with. I know this is weird to say, but he gets to where he don't want to hang with daddy no more. I'm just a wallet to him.
Yeah, I know. That's a hard pill to swallow when that happens, but it happens to every parent at some point where your son, and if your dad especially, your son goes from being like your best friend to like being someone that just calls you if they want money. Yeah. It's just a thing that happens.
It's weird, but it's weird because
Sucks.
He's been my best friend, my little buddy, man, for years. I mean, going to games together, G-Day, I'm talking everywhere on the weekends, hanging out, taking him places with his buddies, going bowling. And now it's just, I say, "Hey, man, you want to go do something this weekend?" "No, Dad, I think I'm going to go over to so-and-so's house and hang out." Or, "No, Dad, we're having so-and-so's, they're coming over here and Angela's, Joseph's mama was going to take us over here." And I'm like, "You want me to take?" "No, Dad, I'm good."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, how much money you need?" $100. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's it, $100. He's like, yeah, I should be fine.
And then you
Yeah,
know what it does to me, and this is how I beat myself up. Shit like that happens to me, with my son, and like, no, I'm going with a buddy, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, and then I sit there and I think about all the times when he was 5, 6, 7 years old. I think about all the times that I told him no, like, Dad, will you come throw the football with me? And I'm like, no, I got to do this or I got to do that. Not that, I mean, I threw football with him all the time and kicked us. I did stuff with him constantly, but I don't think about that. I think about all the times I couldn't do it, and I'm like, man, I should have. I wish I could have. I should have taken more advantage of that time when they really needed you. But everybody goes through that. I think everybody goes through that.
Yeah, I get that way sometimes where you like you look at pictures on the refrigerator, and then like he's got his school pictures in the other day, and I go over and I'm looking at him when he's like 5, and he's standing right beside me holding my hand just a smile, and we were getting ready to go to G-Day, and I look at his picture on the mantle, and I'm like he's a fucking grown man. I mean he's already like 5'6". He weighs 200 pounds. He's in the size 36 men's jeans. He's got to get him a mustache now. And it's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Yeah, it happens so fast. I was talking to Lou Jr. last night. He has soccer tryouts this week at high school. And he was like, soccer tryouts, we get out of school at 2:30 and soccer tryouts aren't till 4:30. So I think I'm going to come home first and then go back to the school. And I was like, well, you want me to come get you from school at 2:30? He's like, no, such and such is taking me home. And I'm like, well, you want me to take you to the soccer tryout at 4:30? And he's like, no, such and such is taking me. And I'm like, well, do I need to pick you up from the soccer tryout? And he's like, no, this other person's then bringing me. I'm like, well, shit. I mean, do you need me at all?
Yeah.
Do you need me for anything? Like, come on, man. Let me do something.
It's like, you look at him and go, well, do you even fucking need me anymore?
Yeah. You know what helps get me through, though? I think back to when I was around their age, and I kind of was the same way. Like, my dad coached every little league team I ever played on. Like, me and my dad were tight like that. And then when I got into high school, you kind of, you spread your wings, you kind of start to do your own thing. But when I got into my early 20s, it was back to like that with my parents again. Like, I'd go over there and hang out with them on the weekends and watch the football game or whatever. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with my kids, that they'll go through this sort of high school, college phase where they want to be on their own, but then early to mid 20s, they'll kind of, gravitate back to actually wanting to hang out with me every once in a while.
Yeah, my son, he's getting to the point now where he's got everything in his room he needs. He's refrigerator, microwave.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it. Like, he's so fucking so self-sufficient. Like, and the only time he ever wants me is when he has to use the oven or the stove to cook something.
Yeah.
And he'll come in here and get me, and he'll say, Dad, I want to cook this. I'm like, okay, go ahead, cook it. And then 5 minutes later, he goes, okay, Dad, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, cut everything off. And then he just throws the dish in the sink, goes to his room, and I go, I mean, that's our fucking conversation.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I go pick him up from school, and he says, hey, Dad. I'm like, hey, buddy, this and that. How was your day? Good. And the only thing he asked me, what we have for dinner? I'm like, hey, how you doing? Can I have a hug? Love you, Dad. This shit. How was your day? He's getting, he's going into high school next year. So it's all downhill for me, man.
And I tell you what else is, like, even like vacations now cost twice as much because my kids don't want to go on vacation if they can't bring a friend.
That's how Ethan is. If I ask him to do something, well, can I bring Joseph? Can I bring JD? Can I bring DJ? Can I bring so-and-so? And so I'm like, you're bringing 5 motherfucking people. Are they going to have any money?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything. You want to go here? Yeah. Can such and such go? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm never going to be like, I'm not going to call the other kids' parents and be like, hey, make sure you send them. Like, I'm not going to do that. If the kid's got money, fine. If he doesn't, I'm just going to, I don't take any of my kids' friends anywhere unless I plan on paying for them anyway. But the point is, they don't have any interest. Like, even the beach trips that for every summer, whatever, they don't want to go unless they can take a friend now.
Yeah.
Spring break's coming up. They're each taking a friend to St. Augustine for the week. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. I've tried and tried and tried to get him to go do something and to do different things, but he doesn't want to do paintball anymore. He doesn't want to ride his dirt bike or four wheeler anymore. He doesn't want to do. It's just he wants to just now that he's got that girlfriend. He's had that girlfriend for about 6 months now, and boy, he don't want to have nothing to do with nobody. It's him and his buddies and that girl.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. It's. I don't know, man, but like the last time I took him and his buddies out was when that new Transformer movie came out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, it was him and 5 of his buddies. And it was me and my wife. We went there, got the movie tickets. Just the tickets, between the movie, between the 5 boys and me and Crystal, was $137.
Jeez.
That's just for the tickets for the movie. That wasn't including the popcorn, the drinks, the snacks, and all that stuff. It ended up being about $300. And I told Crystal, I was like, this is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
$300. But that was what Ethan wanted to do for his birthday and have his buddies over. So, it is what it is. But that's the last time he's wanted to go spend any time with me.
Well, and now, you told me this yesterday. Now, not only does Ethan not want to hang out with you anymore, he's taking over your garage?
Yeah, he's been wanting a damn video game / theater / gaming room, and because he's getting so big and he's running out of room up here, he ain't got no room for nothing. And he just asked me one day. He said, "Dad, you're not sitting down there much because everybody knows my story. I've been trying to go on the straight and narrow for a while, and I don't sit down there as much as I used to. And I just figured, with my daughter, with all the shit she's going through too, I just figured, fuck it, man, I'll sell everything I got down there and redo the walls and make it, enclose it, and make it like a damn game room out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put about 5 damn 70-inch TVs on the wall and have every gaming system I got hooked up to them, and get some of them theater chair seats like you got, and and just make a damn big ass theater game room for the because every time his buddies come over, it's 6 Neanderthals in a 25 by 25 room up here.
Yeah.
It's they're beating the floors, beating the walls, and you get 6 of those motherfuckers up here for 3 days, it smells like a Yeti's asshole up here.
Yeah.
So and of course you can't tell them nothing. Because they know everything.
Well, let me ask you this. So, I'm happy for you with the quitting. You quit drinking and smoking?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had my last cigarette in September, and I hadn't had a beer since November the 3rd.
Wow. That's amazing. And so you said, like, obviously you're spending less time in the garage because you would sit down there and drink your beer every night or whatever. But so it's great that you've quit all that. But you must be getting on Crystal's nerves like no other now.
Yeah.
She probably wish she'd go back down to that damn garage.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Me and her work the same schedule. So we both go in at the same time, and I usually get off about an hour before, maybe 30, 45 minutes before her. So by the time I get home, I've done took my shower, I've done got dinner ready or whatever, and I'm sitting up here watching TV. And to be honest with you, it's been for about the first month, she fucking lost her shit. She was just like, why don't you just go fucking sit down in the garage and shut up? Because it was because I would sit down there by myself, and just want to be left alone. And then when, I ended up in the hospital with all these fucking health problems, that's when, we sat down as a family and, me and her talked, and I said, look, if you want me to go through this, I can. But it's going to take, me and you both to understand where I got to go. And I'm going to be upstairs, so you're going to have to get used to it. And it's been fine, man. Believe it or not, there's times where, we'll have to walk away and I'll go downstairs and fuck off for an hour or something. But and then I'll walk back upstairs. But other than that, man, it's been, do you know how rough it is? It's rough, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
well, let me ask you this.
tough.
What what happened to make you think something was wrong health wise? Was something hurting? Were you just not feeling right? Was it just a regular checkup and they found something, or
Well,
what?
I went to my doctor for I go every 6 months for my blood pressure, but I got to go every year for my DOT physical.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I went for my normal checkup, and I was talking to my doctor because I wasn't feeling right, this and that, and just I was telling him about this, and I was telling him about this, and all of a sudden he goes, "Man," he said, "I hate to tell you this, but you know, I know you like to drink, and I know you did like this and this and that." He said, "But I'm telling you," he's like, "you need to go see a real doctor, like go get a CT scan, go get this done, go get this done. You need to get a liver scan, a kidney scan, this and all that." And I ended up taking his advice, and I went to Athens Regional, and I went and seen a kidney doctor and a liver doctor and all that shit, and a heart doctor and all that. So my lungs are fine, my heart's good, my kidneys are kind of fucked up, but they told me I had the two C's. I have stage 1 liver cancer and cirrhosis of the liver.
Mm.
Well, the cirrhosis can be reversed as long as, like they told me. They said, look, it's going to be hard for you to stop drinking, but if you do it in, moderation, slowly but surely, you'll want, because my side was hurting so fucking bad to the point to where my gallbladder wasn't working. Like I couldn't eat like certain foods that would make me sick.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on. Like every time I would eat something, my upper right side was burning so fucking bad to the point where I couldn't go to work.
Yeah.
And I knew something was wrong. So my gallbladder ended up fucking taking a shit on me. So basically, I just came home and said, fuck it. And I quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
I just said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I've done it. And I mean, I still have a drink every now and then, like on a Friday night when I get home. I'll go in there and make me a damn 7 and 7 or a Jack and Coke and sit down and watch TV or something. But I don't sit and drink a case of fucking beer every day like I used to.
Yeah. And I don't know if a lot of people know because alcohol is legal. Some people don't, I think, really understand, but it's more dangerous to come off of alcohol than it is any illegal drug. No matter what you're talking about, meth,
right,
crack, coke, you can die. You can alcohol. You can die from alcohol withdrawals. It can kill you.
Yeah, that's what the doctor was telling me because I had been drinking for so long, and my body has got to the point to where it was needing so much alcohol.
Yeah.
To stay like. I mean, like literally. I mean, got to the point to where my body was getting alcohol dependent. And that's when the doctor told me, he's like, look, I can put you on some medication. He said, it's what they put the wrestlers on and what they put athletes on when they go through, when they try to quit drinking and stuff like it's like trimfliptamine or some bullshit. And he's like, you can take it. He said, but it's going to fucking make you severely fucking ill if you even smell alcohol.
Yeah.
And he was like, I suggest you don't go down that route. But he said, we can. And then he goes, do we need to get you some help? Do we need to, try to find somebody? And I said, I got my fucking self into this shit. I'll get myself out of it.
Yeah. I've been, I've gone to like AA a bunch of times, years. And it's not that I don't think AA works. I think it does work and can work. But if you're not 100% dead set on quitting, just going to AA is a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's willpower. It's a state of mind. You have really got to come to the point where you just go, I'm not doing this anymore and it's got to be because you don't want to do it. It can't be because somebody's telling you not to do it. And for all the benefits of AA, if you haven't already made up your mind ahead of time that you're done with all that kind of shit, that kind of help doesn't work.
No, like the doctor told me, he's like, you can do it. He's like, I can, he said, he can put me on several different medications and this to help me or whatever. but he's like and he told me and my wife this. He's like, I'm very concerned that within the next week or two, you're probably going to wind up back here with withdrawals, and it's not going to be good. And I said, you know what? I said, I've been doing this for so fucking long now. You know what? If it gets to the point where if I have to come back, I'll come back. But I don't plan on seeing you no more.
Yeah.
And that's when I told my wife, I said, fuck it. I said, I got to quit.
You know, I mean this as a compliment, and it can, and look, this can be a positive in certain instances, but you're hard-headed. And when it comes to quitting smoking or drinking, being hard-headed can be a good trait, because if you convince yourself that you're just not going to do it anymore, period, then you can stop. But you have to, you have to come to that point.
I'll be honest with you, that first week of me literally, like going to bed sober was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I know that's weird to say for some fucking people, but just laying down and trying to go to sleep, I bet, I'm not shitting you, when I first decided to quit, that first week, I bet I did not sleep a whole 8 hours for that whole week.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't go to fucking sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my body was just telling me, you need something to drink to go to fucking bed. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just said, fuck it, man. You've got to fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
You got to just fucking quit and just accept the fucking fact that you're not, if you want to keep going the way you're going, you're not going to be here in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking hard pill to swallow, man.
I've had that too with the before, with the hard time going to sleep. And for me, it's like, I can't turn my mind off. Like I lay in bed, I turn the TV off, I turn all the lights off, I roll over to go to sleep, I close my eyes, but it's like my mind, my mind is a million miles an hour. Yeah.
Yep. That's how mine was. I would sit down and I would be tired and I'd go to bed, but I would get to thinking of something and my mind would just go 90 goddamn miles an hour. Next thing I know, it's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm going, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
But coffee has got me through a lot.
I hear you. I drink a lot of coffee too. Yeah.
Coffee. Coffee, buddy. I got news for you. Coffee's got me through a whole lot.
Yeah.
And when I crave something, I just go get a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on a Friday night, say like I get home, usually I clock in around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll work 12 hours easily. I'll come home, use the bathroom, get me a shower. By then the kids are home, we eat. And then like we'll find a movie or we'll watch Triple D or something. Yeah, and I'll have one drink, to calm me down and help me a little bit. And then I just go to bed. I'll make me a cup of coffee and I go to bed. Like I'm fucking whooped. Like I'm tired. And I go to bed like normal now. It just takes time, I guess, and I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, which is fucked up to say, but I don't know. Plus,
well, it's not easy. I mean, you should be proud of yourself, and the people around you should be proud of you too. And I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of compliments. I've got a lot of my friends, that I've seen, and they're like, "Man, you look so much better," because I've lost them to 30 pounds, and like my skin tone has gotten better. I'm not all fucked up. Like I'm not all like I don't have a gut anymore. Like everything's went back down.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any more problems. Like I don't hurt anymore. Like, it's fucking weird. Like I take, this is weird as fuck to say, but when I got with my doctor, I went back a couple days later and I told him what was going on. He gave me a list of shit. He said, these are all the vitamins you need to take. He's like, this is everything that I want you to take along with your blood pressure medicine. And it's like 18 different goddamn things. And he goes, I'm telling you, if you take these within 6 months, your body will be back to almost 80% normal.
Yeah.
So I'm 4 months in, so I'm getting there. Like,
do you feel better or now? Do you feel healthier?
Yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel like lethargic. Like I don't wake up in the morning feeling like fucking hammered shit. You know what I'm saying? And like when I go to when you get used to doing something for so many years, it becomes OCD.
Yeah.
And then, now I don't let it bother me anymore. Like, I just get up, I get dressed, I go to work, I do my job, and when I get off, I get off. And when I go home, I just enjoy. I cook supper, we eat, and I spend time, with my daughter most of the times because she's in the living room with us. And then I just go to bed. It's like a normal it's a normal life.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest goddamn thing.
How's she doing, your daughter?
She's doing a lot better. Talking, goddamn talk. Now.
Really? That's great.
Ever since they put her on that medicine with her seizures, she'll have maybe. She was having up to 40 a day. Now she might have 1 to 2.
Yeah.
They put her on that. They put her on that medication, and now it's just she comes off that bus and boy, she's like, "Hey, Daddy." I'm like, "Hey, baby," and she grabs me, has my hand, and I say, "How was your day?" "I had a good day." And she'll walk inside, and she's like, "Hungry, Daddy, I'm hungry," and she doesn't use much sign language anymore. Like she's talking finally.
Yeah.
So it's been something that I can look back at and say, I actually was there, and you know
That's
what I'm saying?
great,
Like
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because back, when you okay, I know there's a lot of people out there, don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But when you admit when you got in a fucking addiction, when you finally break down and admit what's wrong with you, it makes, I don't know why, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it makes your conscience and it makes you feel so much better as a person that you realize you had a fucking problem. And it made everybody around you, it affected everybody around you. And you started wondering why people don't want to hang around you, why people don't come around no more, why people don't call you. It's because you're a fucking asshole and you're a drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when your family doesn't come around anymore, and then when your wife's family doesn't come around anymore, and you're like, why doesn't anybody come over anymore? And your wife doesn't have the fucking heart to tell you, you're a fucking drunk, dude. And you're an asshole. And then when you finally get told that's when you realize, all right, man, I got to change or I got to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've been with Crystal since I was 16 fucking years old. That's 25 years of investment. I ain't losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most people would just say, fuck it, and only worry about themselves. And just say, fuck it, I'll get divorced, I'll pay alimony, I'll see my kids once a month, I'll just go rent me a little house with some buddies or something. No, it don't fucking work that way, man. You know what I mean? If I've had somebody stay with me for 25 years, I know I'm good. So that's when I just said, fuck it, man. Just, go on a ride. And if it throws you the fuck off, it throws you the fuck off. And if you stay on it, you stay on it.
Jay wants to know if he's still allowed to come clean your gutters at 2 a.m. unannounced.
Yeah, that's fine. At least this time I'll fucking, well, hell, if he can come over anytime. Jay's my boy. But yeah.
He's been shacked up with Huffer Billy Paw lately.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to HBP about 2 weeks ago, and I can hear Jay in the background making all kind of goddamn noise.
Yeah, he's like a live-in handyman over there.
Yeah. Haley, I was watching your stream yesterday or listening to it, and Haley said he was coming by to get some ice out of the freezer. I said, this motherfucker must have a key to the house.
He's up, man.
Oh, boy. Jay's one of those people you want on your side, man.
Yeah. What do you think about this Vegas trip we got coming up?
I wish I could go, but I what it is I got on this plan, and you know how it is when you I went to somebody, I went to a life coach.
Yeah.
I went to a place over here in Athens, and I admitted, I said, look, I've got to change, and so I'm on this plan, and if it wasn't for me sticking to this and doing this, I would love to go. Trust me. I mean, I could fly out on a whim and be back, and be home on Sunday.
Have you ever been?
I've been 3 times.
Okay, I've never been.
Yeah, I've been 3 times. Shit, I've seen Jimmy Buffett up there. I've seen 7 Dust, 311.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been 3 times, and
Yeah.
it's fun. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, but once you go like twice, the third time is kind of like, because once you get outside of Orange County, there's nothing outside of Orange County but whorehouses.
Yeah.
You see it. You see all them documentaries.
Yeah.
Where you go pick a lady, but that's it. I mean, anything outside of or there's nothing outside of Orange County. It's just a strip right there. So, but I mean, if you're going, being your first time, I'd try to do anything and everything that you can, because you don't know when you're gonna get to go back.
Right. Yeah. Well, what do you think about now the last couple of years we've done like a softball game up near where you live in July and all that, and
yeah, I was going to.
I don't care if we do that, but do you think?
Yeah, do y'all want to do do y'all want to do softball again, or do y'all want to do bowling, flag football? I mean,
I'd rather do bowling. I mean, I would have rather, I don't. I'm kind of over the softball thing. It's hot and miserable, and we beat the shit out of the other podunk team every year anyway. I mean, how many times can you beat up the same bag of wet laundry before it's just...
Plus, man, I'll be honest with you, my softball days are over with. I don't feel like getting out there, goddamn, chasing a ball in 98 fucking degree weather, and I ain't running in that shit no more.
Yeah.
My days are... Oh, I'm watching the chat on the TV, bowling. So far, everybody wants bowling. If everybody wants to do bowling, then that's fine with me. We can do fucking bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Slob Olympics. I mean, what we do really, to me, is less important than the fact that we just do something. Yeah, that's all. That's it. Yeah. And you have to have something you have to have a reason for everyone to go. So whether it's the Slob Olympics or a softball game or bowling, you have to have a reason to say, hey, we're all getting together to do blah, whatever it is. And then everybody comes for 2 or 3 days and we have a great time. So
yeah, that's why it sucks my timing, because of the Slob Olympics and stuff like that. And it's like me and my wife said, we have the same boss. It's not like we can't talk to him, but like, hey man, can we go to the beach that week or something? But I really want to stay on this plane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you're making the right decision. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once you commit to something, especially, I don't want to disappoint the people that I have committed to stick to the plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, it was a 6-month plan, and, then it goes to, 5 months, and then it goes to 4 months. And then by then, it'll be a year. So I'm hoping going on the plan like I wanted to do and what I'm doing is going to eventually be to the point to where I want to be. So It's like, I just got to stick to it, man. And trust me, if I go to Panama City in a couple of months, it ain't gonna be good.
Right.
I'm just gonna let you know. I mean, because
I think you're making the right decision, and I just, of course people are gonna miss you. They love you. You're one of the most fun people to hang around that's there. But like, everyone understands. Like, but we just want you to know that we are gonna be thinking about you. It's not gonna be the same without you there. But we completely understand, and I think you're making the right decision.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not that I don't want to go. I mean, I could come down there and hang out for a day and come, but it's not worth me driving 10.5 hours to stay one night and drive 10 and a half. I'm not going to waste the time and effort and energy if I can't come down there and see everybody and hang the fuck out. And that's what me and my wife talked about. She was like, listen, I'm not saying you can't go, but I'm just letting you know, I know how you are, and you're early in the plan. You're early in the stages of this. She goes, it's going to happen. And I said, oh, I know it's going to fucking happen. I'm going to get down there. And it's not going to be good. I'm going to fall right the fuck off, and I'm going to be rocking this goddamn same boat I was in fucking 4 months ago.
Yeah.
3 months ago. So it's just better that I don't go. It's better that I just stay home and just stick to what I'm doing. I mean, everything's going fine. I feel a lot better. I don't stress any fucking more about shit. Like, I don't care about shit anymore. And you'd be amazed at how much fucking money I've saved, dude.
I hear you.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not shitting you. I added up in 6.5 years, just an average of how many beers I drank a day. Dude, I spent $800,000. That's not including all the other goddamn alcohol and the bars and the places we've been and hung the fuck out and the drinks I bought for people.
Well, and cigarettes too. I mean,
I told Chris, I said, I bet I spent $1 million fucking in 6.5, 7 years.
Yeah. I mean, cigarettes,
because
$7,
when
$8 a pack.
you know,
Smoke a pack a day, 7 days, and I mean that's $50 a week,
yeah,
$200 a
yeah.
month.
I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, because cigarettes were getting to the point where they're, you know, $7, $8, $9 a fucking pack. I smoke 2 packs a fucking day. Then I'll turn around and buy an 18 packet of 16-ounce cans. Well, that's a case of fucking beer. That's 24 beers.
Yeah,
And you know me and the people that have met me, 24 beers ain't shit.
yeah,
I drank that for breakfast. And it got to the point to where that's bad.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When you can sit and drink a case of fucking beer in 5, 6 hours, you're it's not good, man. And that's when you know, I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, you got to fucking quit. You know, and then I mean, like I said, when you start having your fucking organs shut down to fuck on you, and you're only 42 years old, it's not good.
Well, what are they gonna with the cancer or whatever? Are they gonna have to remove part of your liver or what?
No, what it's stage one. Stage one is basically it's basically it's a hard case of cirrhosis,
Okay.
and they're basically saying, look, if you don't quit, the cirrhosis will within the next year or two will be to the point to where your liver's not going to function.
Yeah.
The cancer is going to get worse. But they told me, you know, you can see it on the CT scan, how enlarged it is and how this and what areas are infected. And I got one spot up above my ribs around my gallbladder that's very infected. That's the part that I have to clean out. So like I said, I'm on that medication, you know, I'm on certain things, and I just drank a shit ton of fucking water and unsweet tea and just coffee and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I have to flush my body out, and the medications I'm on have basically cleaned all my kidneys out. And that right there was fucking brutal for the first month, because Jesus Christ, man, you talking about having such bad kidney infection to the point to where, because your body's used to alcohol,
Yeah.
the shit that comes out of your fucking body, you're like, what the fuck? And you start noticing your body kicking back certain things. Like when I first stopped, I couldn't eat because I didn't want to eat because I never ate. You know, I always ate out of necessity.
Yeah.
I got hungry, I made a sandwich, you know, whatever. And the more and more the less I drank, the more of an appetite I got. And then food smelt better. Then next thing you know, it started tasting much better. And then I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. You know, so I started taking all those medications and vitamins and everything, and I followed the plan, what they told me to do. You know, and so that diet that I'm on, along with, you know, the food and everything, it's like, what the fuck have I been missing? I mean, this is great. It's like, I mean, I've given up all this fucking time and energy over one goddamn thing when I could have been enjoying this.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I would love to come, but like I said, man, I got to stick to the goddamn plan. I got to stick to keep going. Like Joe Dirt says, got to keep on keeping on, man.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, I'm good. You know, I know everybody's been texting me, and I know everybody's been asking me where I've been. I'm a fair weather fan because Georgia lost and I didn't come back. I'll be honest with you, I lost all types of goddamn streaming, YouTube. Hell, I give Rooster Man, when he came down, I give him every goddamn piece of streaming equipment I own. Like
Yeah.
I give up on that shit a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like I just lost interest in it. Like I don't give a fuck about it. You know, like yeah, I love college football and I love my team, but I'm not like y'all, some of y'all. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's me. That's not calling anybody else out and saying this or whatever, but that's just me. When it starts, I'm ready. When it ends, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm here. I'm good. Everything's been going fine. You know, I just wanted to let everybody know that, hey, I'm still kicking and I'm here. And trust me, we'll see. I'll see everybody in Athens here in a few months when we decide to get going, because, like I said, there's a a place literally 15, 20 minutes up the road from me, Stars and Strikes. I can call up there a couple of months ahead, and I can rent the whole goddamn one side of the bowling alley if I have to.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't need to be on YouTube to get the word out. You when you decide on what you want to do, you let me and Pete and the rest of the everybody else know, and we'll get the word out, and we'll have a good time.
Oh yeah, like I said, man, everything's great on my end. I mean, work wise is good. Everything's going good. I mean, besides my boy growing older and being getting to be a typical fucking teenage boy and going through those phases, But you know what? I did it at the right time, Lou, because if I was to go back and continue what I was doing and he get older, it would not be good.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Well, you got to worry about him turning into that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's why,
if that's all he ever sees the whole time he's growing up, then next thing you know, he's 25 and he's sitting in his garage 8 hours a day. Yeah. You don't want that for him.
I guess about 2 weeks ago, I don't do this often, but I kind of I kind of got teared up. We were sitting there, I was picking him up from school, and I said, we got to go over here and get a few things from the store, Bubba. You need anything or whatever? And he said, yeah, Dad. He said, we'll go over and get something to eat and all that stuff. And I said, all right. And he got to talking to me, and we were listening to something on my phone or whatever. And he looked at me and put his hand on my shoulder, and I said, everything all right? And he said, Dad, I'm real proud of you. And that right there made me say, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he's getting to be a young man, but there's times he comes to me and he talks to me about things. Now, this would not have happened 6 months ago.
Right.
So for him to, say, hey, Dad, I need to talk to you about something, or hey, Dad, can I ask you a question about this? Or, it's kind of fucking nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because when you're fucked up all the fucking time and you wonder why they don't come talk to you, it's because you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And they don't want to talk to you. So I understood where he was coming from. And, now I see what the hell's going on. So, but like I said, man, I just, wanted to let everybody know that I'm still here and I'm still kicking and everything's good. So,
well, I'm happy for you, Rodge. I really am. I couldn't be happier.
When you get told you got to see, the C word, it's fucking shit. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, wait a minute. What now?
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things where it's early, real early.
Yeah.
Like, it's not nothing, like it's life-threatening. It's not something that's going to kill me. It's not something that's going to make me sick. It's just they told me, look, if you keep going the way it's going, you ain't going to be here in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
We're just letting you know your body's getting ready to take a big shit on you.
On one hand, you're lucky that you were a beer drinker instead of a liquor drinker, because if you had been drinking liquor for 20 years, like you had been drinking beer for 20 years, it would be way worse.
Oh, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I was never a liquor drinker. Never. I never wanted to drink it. And you've known me for years, and the people that's known me for years, unless it's a cellar, like a football game, or unless it's some type of occasion, you'll never see me drink liquor. Never.
Yeah.
But I always drank beer. Now I'm to the point to where I can't stand the smell of beer. I don't want to see a fucking beer. Like, I don't know why. I guess it's because of all the medications I'm on and the stuff and the all the stuff I have to take. But when I sit down on, like when I'm real fucking tired and me and Crystal are watching a movie or something, they ain't nothing like sitting down and just having one good cocktail, man.
Yeah.
Just to ease your mind. And dude, it knocks me the fuck out. I sleep like a fucking fat baby that sucked on a tit all night. It knocks me the fuck out, dude. And I'm, like I said, a lot of y'all have known me for years. Y'all have seen me drink and get up drinking and stay up till the next fucking morning drinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, I couldn't do that now. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
There ain't no, and I wouldn't do that again. I would never go. If I could change one thing, that's one thing I wish I'd have never done is did what I did at the last Slob Olympics. Because I never slept.
Yeah.
I stayed up the whole fucking time I was there. And then when I got home, my body, that's when it started to I think that's when the ball had started rolling.
Yeah.
Because I ended up missing a day out of work, 2 days. Next thing you know, I'm out of work for almost a month because I'm so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't eat nothing. I was throwing up fucking stomach acid. I mean, it was bad, man. I mean, it got real bad. Like, it just, it, next thing you know, I'm in the fucking hospital, and it's just, doctor looked at me. He says, "What have you been doing for the last fucking week?" And I said, "I told him." And he says, he just shook his head. He says, "I don't know what is with y'all." He said, "Once you turn 40, he said, you can't take a fucking hangover like you can when you're 20."
Yeah.
He's like, "And you cannot drink." He says, "You realize you are 7 times over the legal limit?" He says, your body has 7 times the legal limit of alcohol you can take.
Wow.
And when you get told that, that's what, like I said, that's when you have to admit you got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And you have to address it. You can't beat around the bush. You can't say, "Oh, well, I'll just cut down," or, "Oh, I'll go from a case to 18 to 15 to 13. No, it's either, motherfucker, you got to quit, or I had 2 choices. Pack my shit and move the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And go do my thing and be and eventually somebody's gonna find me dead. Or 2, I can stay at home with the wife, with my wife I've been with 25 years, I got 2 kids with, and say fuck it. And just suck it up. You know what I mean? And if I gotta call my mom, my mother-in-law, she lives with us. If I need anybody to talk to, like I said, I went to somebody, I went to a life coach, I got people I can talk to now. If I feel if I feel like I want to do anything, or if I feel like I need to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I got people here to help me.
That's great. That's good.
So
Need that.
that's the one thing that I had to learn. You're gonna have to get good people in your corner that's gonna help you, and you're gonna have to get people in your corner that don't fucking drink and are not gonna push you to be like, "Hey man, just have one beer with me." Like my brother, when this shit went down about 3 weeks, he's like, "Hey man, come up to the garage and have a beer with me," and he kept hounding me week after week, and I finally caught him. I said, "Man, leave me the fuck alone." He's like, "What's wrong with me? I was just asking you want to come up, drink some moonshine, and have a beer." I said, "Motherfucker, I was in the hospital. I ain't had a beer or a drink in 6 fucking weeks. Leave me alone." I said, "I don't want to have nothing to do with you if you're drinking." And he just said, "Huh?" I hung the phone up on him. "Sorry, I know he's my brother, but if he wants to continue down that road and he's going to keep doing that, that's fine. He can do that on his own clock. He can do that on his own time at his own house. But I can't be around it." You know what I mean? Because I'm that type person. If I get around it, I just gotta keep my, what I'm saying, keep my distance and the plan. Like I said, you know where I'm coming from. It's a motherfucker, man.
Well, we're all happy for you, Rodge.
I appreciate
It's a
it,
great
buddy.
story. I mean, it really is. And I've told some of my stories on here over the years, and I'm sure there are people listening right now who maybe were in a similar situation to you, or maybe they're in that situation now, and maybe they'll get some kind of motivation or something from
Well,
this. You'll
I
be
can
surprised who
hang
you
around
can
certain
help
people.
by just telling your story.
Yeah, I mean, I can hang around certain people. Like I've known Jay for years. Jay, I can hang around Jay, and that's that. But Jay will respect me as a friend because he knows that. Sir UGA would be that way. Huffer Billy Paul would be that way. There's all these people that you see in the chat. They would know that.
Yeah.
Pete would know that. He would respect me for that. But there's just certain people out there who really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And those are the people you got to stay away from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, I'm going on this. I'm going to ride this out, and just see how it does. And, come July when we all get ready to meet up here, we'll have a good time. And, if people want to go out and do that, then they can go out. That's fine. I'm going to go back home. If you want to
Yeah.
come shoot some pool, play poker, that's fine, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I could just take my ass to the house and say, I'd rather take that $100 and put it on a fucking poker game.
Right. I'm all
You know
for
what
that.
I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I'm all for
but-
that.
But yeah, buddy, I appreciate you having me on, man. I know it's getting close to 10 o'clock, so.
Rod, you know you're welcome anytime, man. I was happy to have you on. It was good to hear from you. I'm glad you're doing okay. I can't wait to see you this summer. We'll have a great time.
All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good one. Appreciate you having me on, Lou.
All right, take it easy.
All right, see you, Bubba.
The one and only Rodge, ladies and gentlemen. There will never be another. There will never be another. And you know what? That's probably a good thing. I don't know if this world can handle more than one Rodge. Oh, man. What a great guy. And I'm glad that things are going well for him. Great story. I think we're just going to wrap it up. I think we're just going to let that be the show today. I'll be back on tonight around 9 or 10 for the call-in show. So give me a call. We'll talk some college football. We can talk Bama and Saban and DeBoer and Caleb Downs and whatever no-name, low-level group of 5 guy they got to be their defensive coordinator. We can talk whatever you want about the world of college football. Got another signing day coming up in a couple of weeks. And then no live shows tomorrow on Wednesday. So the morning show will be back Thursday morning. And Vic Tube will be on Thursday morning. So shout out to Rodge. Appreciate him taking the time to come on this morning. That was a great conversation. I hope you all have a great Tuesday and enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good morning.